obviously a lot of momentum swings late in that game. But you guys really came through their last couple of possessions. Or was it challenging at all to kind of settle in and regroup after they scored a couple times off turnovers and make those late stops that were so important?
Yeah, I feel like a few moments were kind of challenging for everybody, being a close game. But, as a group, we just came together, had to hone in. The main goal was to, leave out with a win. So I feel like us buying in together, we were able to accomplish that.
Is that running back as advertised?
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
Just talking about what makes him tough and then just the job you're able to do at some key moments to bottle him up.
Yeah, he's kind of low to the ground and he runs hard and doesn't go down at first contact. So, we had the strike blocks, stay in our gaps. I think we did a good job at that towards the beginning. We kind of slipped up, middle of the game, but I feel like we did all right throughout the game.
What did you think of your guys' overall performance? I don't know if Rob asked that, but just taking the game as a whole, fresh, how do you think the defense did as a group?
I feel like everybody played hard. We all know we had some mistakes that we got to clean up, but as a whole, I feel like everybody played, really hard, try to get the win at the end of the day.
What does your process look like to flush kind of the negative things from your game and focus on the positives moving forward?
Just be myself. I know that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but, just try to keep my head forward and, try to do better each week.
Is there something you can point to in terms of what's maybe causing some of the mistakes you guys have had in the last few games?
On defense, probably just keys and communication, something we can work on, something we can fix this week in practice or tomorrow, really. Just communication. That's a big deal.
Is that just something to do with still a lot of the new guys? Obviously, there are a lot of new pieces that you guys are still getting adjusted to each other. Do you feel like that's still kind of the case in week 2?
Yeah, could be some of that. It's really as a whole. We all got to be on one accord. We can't blame anybody new. We got veterans on the team too, so we all got to hone in and grab each other, put us together.
As a defense, do you take pride in finding a way to win a game in which you lost the turnover battle?
Oh yeah, big time. We try to win turnover battle, but at the end of the day, we try to come out with the win. So.
There was a play late in the game where it looked like you almost got picked. Can you take me what happened and how disappointed were you that you didn't come away with it?
Yeah, the back came out of the backfield. I was supposed to have him. I didn't think they were going to throw it to him because I'm right on him, so I kind of slowed down a little bit. When I looked back, the ball was coming. I dropped it. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
Is that a dream of yours to take a pick and take it back to the house?
Yeah, I was right there, so I was like, oh yeah, it's an easy touchdown, but I couldn't hold on to it. So, yeah.
What kind of goes through your head when you come off the field after a defensive stop and then kick return touchdown, punt return touchdown, you got to go straight back out on the field?
Just great team effort. I feel like everybody should know their positions and know what they have to do. So it pumps everybody up when special teams can make a play. And we just made a stop on defense.
8 tackles today. I don't really know if we just talked about how you felt about your game. Just how do you feel like you performed tonight with 8 tackles, a sack, and a tackle and a half for loss?
I didn't even know about that. I had to ask because I feel there was a lot I could clean up, a lot I can ask coach about because I feel like I made a good amount of mistakes. But just look at it as a success because we got the win as a whole team.
Can you talk about the defensive back group? I know obviously the D-line a little bit different, but what they did tonight, and then the passing game, it just felt like that made a big difference. What did you think of their performance and how important is this defensive back group this season for you guys?
Yeah, very important. All week they were locked in, with the PBUs, communication, so I didn't have any, doubt about how they were going to play. And then when the ball's up in the air, 50-50, I already know our DB is going to make a play. So I wasn't really worried. I know they had a great game.
Jordan, what was it like watching those 2 special teams touchdowns?
It was a great feeling. We talk about special teams all the time, change the game. So tonight we really did change the game. That really helped us to the win.
Have you been on a team before that's had I know the kickoff return was called back and a fumble and all that, but have you been on a team before that scored on a kickoff and a punt return in the same game?
No, not the same game. It was the first time.
For you, just the way that the defense was able to in some of those key drives, when the offense on the other side for you guys might have been struggling. What did you see out of the guys in your unit to sort of stick with it and respond and hold Boise State in those moments?
Yeah, our group tries not to get too high, not to get too low. We feed off energy, offense, but the offense can't do it at that moment. We'll kind of try to pick them up. So I feel like we were able to do that tonight.
Do you think that's been a trend these first 2 games? Obviously, the offense has stuff to figure out. With the group on defense, being able to respond.
Yeah, a little bit, but I know at the end of the day, we got each other, so it's not really a
all
big
we need.
word. Yeah, it's not a big word.
How important were the just adjustments that your team and defense made in the second half?
Really important. Like I said earlier, we had some out of gaps, big runs, so we had to fix that, put that together, before it got real ugly. So we were able to fix that towards the end.
Now that this game is done, heading into rivalry week, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about what you have to fix at the doctor? What medicine you have to take?
Probably staying in my gap. Run fits, and then using my hands a little bit better. So I'll clean that up, tomorrow, and then work on it all week.
Luckily, Boise State had a really great running back, and you're going to face another 2 good running backs in Oregon State. How do you feel about being able to use what you were able to look at film tonight and take that into next week?
Yeah, well, whatever we made a mistake on, we'll use that, as motivation, and then, try to prepare for, running backs coming in, or us going to them. So yeah, we'll just use, our mistakes, to feel, like going forward.